Hey, Shalom, Watkins, Rakam, Makapashan, Jim Islam, and giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chachadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that pushing his truth and not sincerity. Just a quick video, just kind of finish work and that, and you know, all the news here in the UK is about this this collapse of British government under the rulership of Boris the Twat Johnson. Right. um, Basically, the government's in turmoil here right now. They've had a bunch of people quit because this guy is incompetent. He's a liar, right? More than the rest of them, right? Because you all know politicians be doing all the lying, but he more incompetent than all of them, you know. And yet this man he don't want to step aside. He don't want to leave his post, get his wage deducted or whatever it is that happens. You don't want to leave his post, man. But yeah, everyone knows that this guy shouldn't be in office. Okay, he shouldn't be Prime Minister of Britain, man. Too much has happened under his watch that is completely inexcusable, man. But that's it is what it is. But it's just a good indication of Esau's kingdom right now. It's in pieces, man. And this ain't just here in the UK, as we know, right? You got Joe Biden over the pond in there, America, man. And it's a thing of in Esau's kingdom, man. There's a whole bunch of weak, incompetent leaders, man, and they're here on purpose, right? They're here to bring chaos into the nations, that they're ruling, into the world, right? And cause all this frustration and distrust and anger amongst the people, man, to create divides in the nations, man. That's what they're here for. That's what they're doing right now, right? That's what they're doing, right? Making all these decisions, these stupid decisions, man. Raising, your cost of living, dealing with these pandemics and whatever, and about the whole time, while the whole time they're out here doing dodgy shit, Boris and his crew breaking their own rules, and Hunter Biden and all these clowns, man. Okay, bringing all this division and anger in society, man. Because I say we've got a bunch of twats rolling it, right? But anyway, this particular article is from Tehran Times. I'm gonna skip over to another one, but I like the title of this, obviously. Right, it says British government in crisis. Right, the pledge of UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson to remain in power despite losing public's trust, his party's trust, losing at least 15 government ministers in 24 hours, which is more than that. Now this article is like now 9 hours old now, right? So this is without a date, right? It's like up to more than 40 now, right? Man, have been leaving their posts, resigning because of this idiot, right? It says losing at least 15 government ministers in 24 hours and losing his integrity following countless scandals and lies offers an insight into Western capitalism and what London labels as democracy. Yeah, full of shite. Full of shite it is, right? Alright, so we got a more up-to-date one that is 1 hour ago. Alright, from the Times. Ain't gonna let me look at the whole thing. Yeah, live news updates. More than 40 members of UK government quit, keeping pressure on Boris Johnson. But this stubborn old git, he don't want to step aside, man, and let someone else run it, even though he knows, he don't deserve the post. All right. So you got that hate going on right now in the UK, and that's causing a lot of hoo-ha, here. But like I said, all these staged, this is all staged. Elites, a lot, having this all happen to create all these scandals and all these talking points. You had the shootings over there in America recently as well. It's just dealing with all these issues, man, and causing these divisions in society, man. That's what these leaders are doing currently. Okay, especially in America and in Britain, right? Dealing with these situations, or um, staging these situations, right? To create these divisions, man. To create problems. They're causing problems. Problem after problem they are causing, man. Can these people be really that incompetent? Like, you would like to think so, man, but these are very sly and cunning devils. As much as in these, we call them idiots, these are serpents. Okay, these guys are serpents, right? And this shit all planned, right? All this stuff. And like I say, all it's doing is creating issues within society. Distrust, anger, frustration, the oil prices are going up, the energy prices are going up, the food prices are going up. The food is less easy to get hold of. All because of the decisions of these people. So that's what's happening, right? So let me just grab a few scriptures, right, and then I'm gonna call it a night, right? This is from Matthew 12, verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, right? The part, the mind in the mind of these devils, man, they're looking at it like this, right? Because they think they're going to establish the NWO, right? And through Ordo Apkeo, right? They think they're going to break this society down, right? Break into pieces and build it back up under this new system. That's what's in their mind. This is what the purpose of what it is that they're doing, creating all this ruckus, right? But that is not gonna be the desired effect that that they want, right? Because it's gonna come to desolation. It ain't gonna get rebuilt NWO style and Esau gonna rule forever. That's not gonna happen. So ultimately, this place is gonna be brought to desolation, just like every other kingdom before it. All right, it says every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Right, and there's obviously problems, and there's always been problems, but the problems are getting worse. We all know what the Brexits and the parties, the European Union, the European nations, man, over the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. They're not seeing eye to eye. That special relationship with America is not as good as it was. There's obviously issues there. Esau's main parts of his kingdom, they're all kind of not on the same page, so to speak, even though they are in the background, because they're creating this chaos. Okay, but it is a dissolving or a breaking down of their current society. They're doing it on purpose, but it will become, it will be brought to desolation. The Mosai is making them do this for their own destruction. All right, so that will be the end of this kingdom, man. Okay, there's gonna be no phoenix rising out the ashes moment for Esau. He's gonna make a vital mistake, right? But anyway, this is verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Okay, his kingdom is not gonna stand. Okay, this will be it for Esau, man. And this is why we know we're in the end times, man. Just look at what's going on in the world, man. This place is nuts right now. It's just nuts. Almost everything that could be going wrong is going wrong everywhere. We got all the plagues and the pestilences and the earthquakes and the uproars. We got all going on right now. Earthquakes killing thousands of people. Uproars of the people. You got protests. You got uprisings. All going on right now. Plagues. The whole VMAX, right? You got all kinds of stuff going on right now. Right? Esau's trying to leverage all of it against the people. Anyways, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I'll start from the top, right? It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, like, there's a big one, recently it's killed like 1,000 people. Where was that again? In Afghanistan or something like that? Bro's covered it, man. But, these earthquakes, man, they're always going on, man. Some are more violent than others, right? But there's going to be great earthquakes happening, like great earthquakes, many dead, They're not going to be in like isolated regions, man. They're going to be hitting major cities and stuff, major towns. Okay, I said, putting many to death, right? And then we've also got that great earthquake, okay, when the Lord's going to shake the earth, okay, through the nuclear missiles, man. So you're going to see all of this, man. We're going to, experience all of this, right? So when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, okay, not in one place, but in multiple locations around the world, which is what's going on, because everybody's frustrated with the governments, because they're being manipulated, they're being controlled, to make certain decisions, making the people, frustrated, and it's all come off, a lot of it's come off the back of the pandemon, the plagues and pestilences, right? A lot of it's come off the back of that. It's kind of ushered in a new era for us, in this world. And it's had all these knock-on effects with the food supply, with, supplies of a lot of different things, not even just food, but like even, with the car industries, just manufacturing and stuff like that. It's all having a massive effect on it. Shipping, all kinds of goods. It's just having an effect, man. And everything's, winding down, breaking down. Right, and it doesn't look like, like it's picking up or it's going to get back to normal, because, let's just say we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, man. These things are not going to go back to normal, man. Things are only going to deteriorate. He was only deteriorating, right? Because if you look at the face of it, right, if you look on the surface of everything, man, like nothing's getting better. Everything's getting worse. And these people that are supposed to be ruling over us are becoming more corrupt, seemingly more incompetent, and people are fed up, man. People are fed up. Okay, and they're getting hurt left, right, and center. You know what I mean? The poor are getting hurt left, right, and center. And people that were kind of well off are getting dragged into being poor. And they're pissed off too. Everyone's just getting pissed off right now. Because we got fucking what seems like idiots ruling over us, man. Stubborn idiots, right? But anyway, it says, then thou shalt well understand that it is the very same time when the highest shall begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right? It's all a manifestation of the end. Okay, this is how things are meant to go at the end. As this kingdom falls, as it crumbles down to nothing. Okay, things are just going to get worse. All right. In 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14 says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, because they're fed up. These people are fed up, right? So when the time comes, and they also want to put down the hammer, like hard, you want to bring out the troops. You want to bring out, he want to call for martial law and call for law and order, because the frustration of the people is too much, and they're going out on the street and they're rioting and they're causing anarchy, right? They're gonna want to, try and force you to comply, right? But there's gonna be people out there that are not gonna accept that, man, because they're gonna see it as a tyrannical government, and then you're gonna have what they call resistances and all that kind of stuff, right? So they're not gonna be listening to to their rulers anymore, their kings and their princes. Right? You're gonna have people doing what they feel is right, or what they want to do. People ain't gonna be adhering to the law anymore. Right? This is So if there should be sedition among men and invading one another, they should not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So they're gonna take matters into their own hands, man. Alright, it says a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All you're hearing is the degradation of society. It's just collapsing. That's what you're seeing, society collapsing. Right? That is what is happening right now. This is what we're going through. On every level, society is collapsing. Okay? This is So a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and like I said, things will get so bad, people are gonna get so frustrated, man. They're gonna stop caring about each other. Not that they cared anyway, but you know, they're gonna start acting evil towards one another. You know, openly, kind of thing, right? Because they could, you know, it's gonna be in what their mind is a fight for survival, right? So the man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? And that's on the horizon, which we'll be going into, man. And you know, there's other news articles, you know, concerning the food situation. But we've done, you know, we've done a lot on them recently. But these are issues that are going to continue, man, and can get worse. So there's going to be more videos on these things, you know. There was already one article we saw. That farmers were complaining that they've lost all the foreign workers, so there's a bunch of fruit or whatever that didn't get picked. You know, it didn't get picked and shipped and sold. You know, so it just got wasted. You know, there's things are just happening that basically is you know, means bad news essentially, right? All these things, everything you hear is just bad news, man. Okay, the Most High is having things happen out there where, you know, this situation is going to arise and you can't do nothing about it. Nothing. You know, it's going to come, right? And people are going to die. These kingdoms, these nations, they're going to crumble. All right, it's all due to happen, man, and we're living in that time right now. You know, but that's it. That's all I got, right? So, you know, with that, I'm gonna say Shalom, Lord, when this is edifying. But yeah, that's the state of affairs in the UK and the this joke of a government. You know, it's it's falling apart, right? We're gonna see what happens to this dude. I'd love to see him getting kicked. I'd love to see him get kicked out, but we'll see, innit? But you know, until then, man, I'm gonna say shalom, man. I'll see you in the next video, man. Shalom.